in the Chinese statement, the readout, it says Wang Yi said the United States should stop trying to contain and suppress China and avoid creating obstacles to the relationship. What is the Secretary's response to that?
Well, the Secretary's response is a point he's made repeatedly. It's a point that was really central to the speech he gave in May, in which he outlined our approach broadly to the People's Republic of China. He said at the time, and this has been true ever since, we don't seek to contain China. Our goal is not to hold China back. Our goal is to uphold the rules-based international order that has helped to manage constructively and effectively relations between states for the better part of 80 years. Any idea that, any notion that our policy is directed against China or any other country around the world is not true. It is true, of course, that we have profound disagreements with the PRC in a number of areas. Ultimately, it's a relationship that is predicated at its core by competition. Part of the reason why we believe it's important to have regular dialogue and exchanges with the PRC is because we believe we have to manage this competition responsibly. But it's competition, there are adversarial elements, as we know, and there are cooperative elements. And the two last night, certainly Secretary Blinken last night, did make the point again that we have shared interests in certain areas. It would be in the interest of each of our countries, but more broadly, in the interest of the international community, if we were to find a way to cooperate and to coordinate in some of those areas of shared interest.
Just a quick follow-up on that. Talking about the cooperation, what's the next step? Would we see more engagement between Secretary Blinken and Wang Yi before the potential summit in Bali?
I couldn't speak to any forthcoming phone calls. What I can tell you is that the Secretary has made clear to his counterpart on at least a few occasions now that he should feel free to pick up the phone anytime. The Secretary also adopts that approach. The Secretary believes that we need to maintain these open lines of communication. So if there's a need from our side or from Beijing for Secretary Blinken and Wang Yi to speak before the upcoming G20 meeting in Bali, I have no doubt that will happen.